Let's go live. Let's do this thing. Just like magic. Welcome everyone. Hello. Said optimistically as if this was working, but it's not. There we go. Oh no, well, this is working, but this isn't working. How are we all? Welcome to the quiz. I think if I've done this right, the YouTube comments this week should appear on screen. So I'm hoping that's the case. Where's my thing? There we go. Right. Good. So welcome everyone. Welcome back to another week. Okay, there you go. So comments are appearing. Why aren't they showing on screen? So annoying. There we go. Yeah. There we go. So for everyone that's I need to go this way. For everyone that's watching on the TVs now, I've finally managed to get the comments to come up on the screen, which is nice. So hey Helen, hey Tash, Danny, welcome. I need to make those boxes a little bit smaller. They just come over too much onto the screen. I'll make them a little bit smaller next week. So tonight's cocktail, yeah. So I've made a cocktail this week. It's just margaritas, so tequila, triple sec. But I actually have added some limoncello to the margarita, and then some lime juice, and I'm just topping it off with just a little bit of tonic, just to round it out slightly. So, wow, Pennsylvania and Santa Barbara. We've got two opposite sides. We've gone transnational on America from either side of the country. I know, it's a game changer, isn't it? And I even, because I didn't want to be making cocktails during the middle of the quiz, although I happily could, I've prepared like a vessel of it mixed. So I've got the next few drinks lined up, and we're drinking tequila. So I drank an awful lot of these last night. I thought it'd be really good. My housemates decided to stay up and watch the UFC fight, so I was like, yeah, I'll do that. And so I stayed up with them, but I don't really like UFC or boxing and stuff like that, so I just thought I'll just get really drunk. So I drank an awful lot of this. This is the second bottle. I finished one off yesterday, so we've got a new one. And I was in bed by like 2:30. I didn't watch the main fight because I drank too much tequila. So yeah. Hey Plant Gang. Oh, this is good, isn't it? With the comments on the screen, it's better. I think it's better. Next week I'm gonna bring them in slightly. They come out a bit too far. But apart from that, yeah, good. So welcome to the quiz, everyone. We'll wait for some people to arrive before we. I think a lot of people probably here around about now. But yeah, welcome back to another week. Did anyone watch the Prime Minister's speech? Suitably confused, I assume. It was like he was trying to play number wang, but with words. But yeah, so good. So from Wednesday, we're allowed to go to work but not leave our house. So here's to that. When are you not rude, Tash? The weather's taken a turn, hasn't it? I can see out my window. It's very windy. It was really sunny yesterday. I had a great day, and today it's like an autumn day out there. So let's give it a few more minutes for people to arrive. Oh bollocks! I've just remembered. I forgot something. I forgot the Scrabble word. Sorry, people. There will be no Scrabble word this week because I forgot, because I'm an idiot. And I was too distracted by the Prime Minister. So there'll be one again next week. I forgot to stay alert. Exactly. Yeah. I didn't stay alert, and then the virus got me. Ugh. Hate it when that happens. Last week's word, I think a bunch of you got it, some of you didn't, was kickbox. Kickbox was last week's word. That was the only 7-letter word that can be formed with those letters, including the blank. Hi, Victoria. Welcome. Welcome. All the way from Pennsylvania. So there we go. We've I don't know what time it is there, but we've crossed another ocean. Well, we've crossed the country because we've crossed the ocean before. It doesn't matter. So I'm getting. Okay. So we can do the scores from last week. Smoosh, I had a look back on the answer sheet, and your answers from last week definitely weren't. I mean, from last week they were there, but from the week before they definitely weren't there. So you're in this week's answers. But yeah, your answer sheet for the week before is vanished. So yeah, I blame you. So let's do the scores. The scores for this week, for last week even, are as follows. In first place, oh, that's annoying. I need to turn those off. There we go. In first place, with 46 points, it's Lock Me Up, Scotty. In second place with 45.5 points. The half points were for getting either the movie or the actor in the previous round. It's only half for each. So yeah. So Wooden Tops with 45.5. Smoosh we're in third place there with 43. And why is this? This is. Sorry, just. My phone's spinning out. Yeah, in 43.5 points there for Smoosh in third place. Carefully Two Hats, 42 points in fourth place. Plant Gang, 40.5 points in fifth place. John Thomas, 36.5 points in fifth place. Time to Quiz Power Up, 33.5 points in seventh. In eighth there. These scores are. Sorry, I didn't change the numbers. Fourth, fifth, sixth for John Thomas, seventh for Time to Quiz Power Up, eighth for MG with 33 points, ninth for Comfy's Cashmere Codpiece with 32.5 points, 10th for Bogner's Boozers with 25.5 points, and the Delinquents in last place with 20. John Thomas checking in. Hey there, Chris and team. Great. So there we go. That was the scores. Back to the broadcast. So there we go. Remember to go to bit.ly/Windsor Quiz, same as every week, to get your answer sheet. With the 4 rounds we've got tonight, we've got connections, as always. We open with a connections round. Then we have a round on music. We have a round on the victory. And we have a round on famous people. And then the picture round, as always, is famous faces. You have to name famous faces. So. These are really strong. The only mixer that's non-alcoholic in this is like there's 4 shots of lime juice, but between like that whole pot. So it's just pure alcohol. Pure alcoholics. So yeah, I'm hopefully gonna have to drink these a bit slowly tonight. I think I had a bit of a headache this morning, so. As always, laptop sounds like it's going to blow up. So we'll, if the stream drops out for any reason, we'll throw up the holding screen, and then we'll come back pretty quickly. Getting pretty good at recovering the broken stream pretty quickly now. So hopefully That'll hold. Okay, so what time have we got here? We've got about 10 past. So yeah, we'll give it another minute and then we'll start on our first round this week, which is going to be a connections round, as always. So yeah, so from Wednesday apparently we can all chill outside in the park and stuff if it's sunny, which is nice. Be looking forward to maybe a picnic in the park with some socially distant friends. I don't know. Is that allowed? I'm confused. I think it's allowed. I think as long as we're not within 2 meters of each other, it's fine. Yeah, I think that's what they said. Who knows? Who has any idea? Okay, great. So about 30 of us now. So we'll start the quiz. We'll start with the first round, which is going to be connections. So we'll start with the first round, which is our connections round. And then we'll start with, oh dear, phone. Question 1. According to the opening line of the well-known song, where did Puff the Magic Dragon live by? That's according to the opening line of the well-known song, where did Puff the Magic Dragon live by? So with this one, I'm going to ask you 4 general knowledge questions, then ask you for the connection between those 4 answers. Then I'm going to ask you 4 more general knowledge questions and ask you for the connection between those 4 answers. The 2 connections aren't related. So it's 1 set, 1 connection, 1 set, 1 connection. There we go. Question 2. What word can be used as a slang term for an extreme enthusiast, a crazy person, and to headbutt someone? That's what word can be used as a slang term for an extreme enthusiast, a crazy person, and to headbutt someone? Make a quick drink. Little refill. I have another batch of that just waiting in the fridge as well. So, okay, question 3. In the novel, oh dear. In the novel SEO Trot by Roald Dahl, what type of animal does Miss Silver have as a pet, which Mr. Happy says will grow bigger if she recites the words on a piece of paper he gives her? That's in the novel SEO Trot by Roald Dahl. What type of animal does Miss Silver have as a pet, which Mr. Happy says will grow bigger if she recites the words on a piece of paper he gives her? Question 4. The 100 folds in a chef's hat are said to represent the many different ways a chef knows how to cook what? That's the 100 folds in a chef's hat are said to represent the many different ways a chef knows how to cook what? Question 5. What's the connection between the previous 4 answers? What's the connection between the previous 4 answers? Okay, so now I'm going to ask you another 4 questions, completely unrelated to this previous set of questions, and there'll be a connection between these 4 answers as well. So brand new set. So question 6. Barry Norman, Barry Took, Simon Hogarth, Sandy Toksvik, and Miles Jupp have all hosted which Radio 4 quiz show? That's Barry Norman, Barry Took, Simon Hogarth, Sandy Toksvik, and Miles Jupp have all hosted which Radio 4 quiz show? Question 7. Harrison Ford's only Best Actor nomination was for his role as Detective Captain John Book in which film? That's Harrison Ford's only Best Actor Oscar nomination was for his role as Detective Captain John Book in which film? So a few more people are arriving onto the stream. If you're starting new teams and you're not just joining a stream from another team and you're missing questions, at the end of the round, just pop in which questions that you'd like repeated and I can repeat those. So welcome new people. You can also, if you like, just go back to the start of the stream. You don't have to watch it live if you're starting a brand new team. And then, yeah, and then you'll get the whole quiz repeated from moment 1 all the way through, if you so desire. No one tried to beat me up this week, so progress. We've made improvements. Question 8. How many players on a netball team are allowed in both the attacking third and the defensive third? That's how many players on a netball team are allowed in both the attacking third and the defensive third? This glass has got like stuff all over it. I don't know what it is. I hope it's not poisonous. Question 9. The River Amazon discharges into which ocean? The River Amazon discharges into which ocean? And then question 10 is going to be, what's the connection between those previous 4 answers? What's the connection between those previous 4 answers? Okay, then that is the end of our first round, the connections round. If anyone wants any questions repeated, just pop in the pop your answers in the chat there. There's no need to quit the quiz. There are teams that that do very well, and there are teams that don't do very well. But we're all here for the fun. There's no prizes, There is a little bit of shame next week when the scores go up, and and you're a lot worse than other people. But we're all friends here. We're all friendly. So I say, rock on, carry on, stay alert, stay in the game, lose quizzes. It's my new slogan. 7th, yeah, you see, 7th. That's good. That's like well, not halfway. What there are 10 teams, were there? Yeah. So okay, 11. There are 11 teams. Nearly middle of the pack. Firmly middle of the pack. I'd say. I think that's not a bad place to find yourself. So I do want to say happy birthday to Captain Steve. I think he's playing with us today from Madrid. I've been asked to say happy birthday to you. It is also Lomas's birthday, but I think that's on Tuesday. So maybe we should say happy birthday to him as well. So happy birthday, Chris, as well as Steve, because yours is in the week and we won't see you before next week. So yes, happy birthday to them both. Okay, so it looks like no one needs any repeats on that round, which is good. And in a sec, we'll move on and we'll do round 2, which I think is music. Did I say there was a music round? I think this round's music. I really should, know this before I start, shouldn't I? I don't know. It'd be good if I had any idea what I was doing, wouldn't it? I've only been doing this for what? Is this our 6th week? Over a month we've been doing this. Wow. That's pretty impressive. Okay, let's see what round 2 is. When I press this button, it will tell me what round 2 is. So we'll go and we'll do round 2, which is, be a surprise for us all, music! There we go. I got it right. That could have been anything. There was really, I do have to take all of these questions and because this week I didn't write the quiz. I drank a whole bottle of tequila yesterday. There was absolutely no way I was writing this quiz today. So I purchased it from a reputable source, and I have to transfer all of the questions from the sheet that they give me into the app that does all the fancy graphics and whatnot. And I should, when I'm doing that, I should check what I'm transferring. But that's fine. Okay, so we're now going to do our music round. 10 questions, all about music. So question 11. Who represented the UK at the Eurovision Song Contest in 1968 with the song Congratulations, and again in 1973 with the song Power to All Our Friends? That's who represented the UK at the Eurovision Song Contest in 1968 with the song Congratulations, and again in 1973 with the song Power to All Our Friends. Question 12. Question 12. On a standard piano, which of the following keys does not have a black key immediately to the right of it? A, B, or C? That's on a standard piano, which of the following keys does not have a black key immediately to the right of it? A, B, or C? It's funny because the options, A, B, and C options are just the letters A, B, and C. It's funny. We have fun around here. We're fun. This is a... So also, yeah, to say the tweets this week with the hashtag won't come up. I can't have both the YouTube comments and the tweets at the same time. So, you know, what are you going to do? I felt like the YouTube comments normally in a week are a bit more engaging. So I decided to have the YouTube comments up this week instead of the tweets. If I can work out a way to merge the two in future, I will. But until then, I think, I think we've got to just run with this one. Roll with it. Rola con esta, as the Brazilians say. Question 13. At just 1 minute and 38 seconds long, a 1959 song called What Do You Want is the shortest song to top the UK singles chart. Who recorded it? That's at just 1 minute 38 seconds long. A 1959 song called What Do You Want is the shortest song to top the UK singles chart. Who recorded it? I'm getting a little bit more bold in this. The streams are slightly a bit more reliable and stuff like that. So next week I may try simulcasting, both here on YouTube and over at Facebook as well, which might increase the viewing numbers slightly. So that'll be not that matters. We're having fun with us, with us 30. But yes, I might turn that button on as well next week so that it'll go into my Facebook stream, and people who are just passing by on Facebook can tune in. So if that happens, we'll do that next week. But that's a plan. Now the stream's a bit more consistent. So we'll take it from there. Question 14. The group Travis took their name from a character in which film? That's the group Travis took their name from a character in which film? Why does it always rain on me? Should we just do karaoke? Maybe that's what I should do. That's a fun thing. I can't play music on these streams because I'll get it like the streams get taken down. And I've tried about licensing. You can't do it on live streams. There's basically not going to be any music rounds on live streams. Because it's just YouTube or crap. But maybe I could sing. Maybe I should sing the songs. I mean, I can't sing, but maybe I should record myself singing 10 songs and play the recordings of me singing 10 songs, and that's part of the fun because it'll be so out of tune and so horrible. You'll have to decipher what the song is I'm trying to sing. That could be quite fun. Someone's saying that my mouth movements may not be in sync with may not be in sync. Not much I can do about that if the mouth movements are out of sync. It's just a byproduct of this stupid friggin' laptop trying to so sorry about that. Just have to deal with it. How out of sync am I? Is it just a second or so, or is it a few seconds, or? Wow, Maureen just firing the shots there at Billie Eilish. Unbelievable. I actually quite like Billie Eilish. My mouth movements are always in sync. Thank you, Andy. I appreciate that. Question 15. Um, would you hear an overture A at the beginning of an opera or B at the end of an opera? Yes, maybe I will give it a go. That'd be. I think that'd be quite fun for me as well. I've got on here. I've got Melodyne, which is like auto tune. So maybe I could like auto tune the songs when I sing them to make them a bit more. I might have some fun in the week, and maybe I'll do that. I mean, it's not like I'm trying to run a successful startup or anything, but yeah, I mean, I'll spend some time in the week. I mean, successful startup. It's not successful. It's got like 8 people signed up for it, but you know, it's fine. Yeah, yeah. Maybe I'll spend some time this week trying to work out if I can make 10. Yeah, that'll be fun for me. And that won't get us blocked because covers are fine. I can sing a song, I just can't play the music of a song. So maybe that'll be the music round next week. Tune in for that. Tune in to hear me singing badly next week. Oh, brilliant. Okay, question 16. What was the name of the London club where the Rolling Stones played their first ever live performance in 1962? What was the name of the London club where the Rolling Stones played their first ever live performance in 1962? It's going to be odd going back to real pub quizzes in a real pub, isn't it? Maybe when we continue doing the Windsor Quiz every week, we'll still broadcast it live online so people from around the world can join in. Maybe that'll be our new thing. Maybe not. I get enough of the headache trying to set this bloody thing up once a week. Question 17. In 2020, Paul Heaton and Jaquari? Paul Heaton and Jaquari Abbott, yeah, let's go with that. Yeah. Had their first UK #1 album as a duo with the album Manchester Calling. Which group were they members of when they topped the album chart in the 1990s with an album called Blue is the Colour and Quench? Jackie, is that how you spell Jackie? Or is it like just another spelling of Jackie? Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, Jackie. Yeah. Thanks, Danny. In 2020, Paul Heaton and Jackie Abbott had their first UK #1 album as a duo with the album Manchester Calling. Which group were they members of when they topped the album chart in the 1990s with albums Blue is the Colour and Quench? Jackie, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Plant Gang have signed up to your app. Thank you, Plant Gang. Yes, I had a bunch of sign-ups this week. It was very nice. Yeah, we've got about 50 odd people or something that have signed up to receive the beta, so that's lovely. The thing is, I'm pushing and I want to get it out, but in order for you all to use the app, you need to be able to go outside. So I've got until the lockdown ends before the beta needs to be ready. So it gives me a little bit more time to play with it. But yeah. Appreciate that. Okay, question 18. Nearly pressed question 28. Question 18. Winning an Oscar for Best Original Song in 1995. Which film features the song Can You Feel the Love Tonight? That was me singing, but with no volume. You have to tune in next week to hear what that sounds like. If that'd be a different song, because we've just done this song this week. So. Question 19. Question 19. In 2020, Billie Eilish became the second act to have a UK #1 hit single with a theme song from a James Bond film. Who was the first? That's in 2020. Billie Eilish became the second act to have a UK #1 hit single with a UK #1 hit single with a theme song from a James Bond film. Who was the first? Interestingly, because the film's been delayed because of COVID-19, it might be the longest gap between us knowing having the trailer for the film, like having the song for the film, knowing the title of the film, and then the film actually being released. Because it's probably not going to be released until next year now. I imagine they'll go for Christmas time, maybe. I don't know. So yeah, long gap. .007 What's His Face brought a coffee from you. Do you mean Daniel Craig brought a coffee? Good. How do I feel about this James Bond theme? It's not the best, but it's definitely not the worst. Yeah, I think I'm going to stand by that. It's not the best, but it's like by a long chalk isn't the worst. There are some terrible Bond themes. Like really, really bad. But basically everything that's like was written before like 1990 is pretty shit, isn't it? I'm going to get some hate for that statement. Question 20. Which rock group formed in Nashville, Tennessee in 1999 and are made up of three brothers, their cousin, with the name of their grandfather featuring in the name of the group? That's which rock group formed in Nashville, Tennessee in 1999 and made up of three brothers and their cousin with the name of their grandfather featuring in the name of the group? Okay, so that's the end of our music round. Shall we do one more round and then pause for a break? We've got through these pretty quickly, haven't we? We've only been going for half an hour or so. I wonder if we should do the next round and then pause at the end of the next round, because we've got that and then the answers to come. So yeah, so we'll do a break at the end of the next round. So in a minute we'll go on and we'll do round 3, which I believe is a victory. I'm going to ask you 10 questions around victory, and then we'll come back and we'll do the final question round, the picture round, and then all of the answers. There's no Scrabble anagram this week because I completely forgot. It just wasn't a good brain day, so I completely forgot about that. But the answer to last week's, I think I said, was kickboxing. Kickbox, sorry. And then we'll do another one next week. So we'll do that. A View to a Kill and The Living Daylights were both ace Bond films from the 80s. Yeah, maybe. Does anyone remember? Helen will remember this. Helen will remember Conchita Wurst. In fact, she wrote it on Facebook not an hour ago. Conchita Wurst won the Eurovision Song Contest for Austria in, I think, 2016. And she sang a song called "Rise Like a Phoenix." Check it out on YouTube if you didn't watch Eurovision and see it. It sounds like a Bond theme. I mean, like it literally sounds like someone wrote a Bond theme from the intro. I think there's even like that like background string thing that you get in a lot of Bond themes. If that was a Bond theme, it'd be my favourite. It wasn't a Bond theme, so my favourite's probably Dunmore Answer. What was the one that I don't know. I quite like Skyfall, to be fair. It makes me quite sad, doesn't it? But I quite like Skyfall. I think it's a pretty good song. Anyway, that's the end of your music round. We're going to go on now and do the next round, which, if I've done this correctly, I think should be victory. I'm going to ask you 10 questions centered around victory. And it'll become apparent as we get into the round. There we go. 2 rounds, 2 drinks. That's pretty good if I do that. If I keep that up, it's 2 more drinks. Yeah. You Know My Name is my favourite. Wasn't that by the Ting Tings? That's not my name. Anyway. Round 3. Victory. There we go. My memory does work sometimes. What were questions 18 and 19 again? Okay. Let's get this round out of the way. Or do you need them? Okay. Let me just quickly do. Sorry. So we'll go back to the previous round. I've just been asked by Richard there to just repeat questions 18 and 19. So very quickly, I won't put them on screen, but very quickly I'll repeat questions 18 and 19 from the previous round, which was the music round. So question 18 for the music round was winning an Oscar for Best Original Song in 1995. Which film features the song Can You Feel the Love Tonight? And 19 was in 2020, Billie Eilish became the second act to have a UK #1 hit single with a theme song from a James Bond film. Who was the first? So that was 18 and 19 of the previous music round. We're now going to do question 21, which is the first question of the victory round. So this is question 21. The Royal Navy ship HMS Victory was Lord Nelson's flagship at which 1805 battle? That's the Royal Navy ship HMS Victory was Lord Nelson's flagship at which 1805 battle? What was the Madonna? Yeah, was that the world's not? No, that was. World is not enough. What was the Madonna one? Die Another Day? Was that Madonna? Wait, Tash, you made yourself a cuppa. You're not drinking? No, I refuse to believe that. Something must be wrong. Someone go check on Tash. She must be. Someone take her temperature. Madonna scares you. Why does Madonna scare you? To be fair, she does. Did anyone see her Grammy performance a few years ago? 2 years ago? She was on the stairs. I've never heard anyone be more out of tune. Well, that's the end of that batch. Good job, the break's coming up in a second. We need a new batch. Luckily, chef, you see. She was so out of tune. She did Papa Don't Preach. She was sort of on the stairs. I think will.i.am was there. It was all very odd. And she was just... I don't know if it was an audio problem. But, oh my days, she was bad. She's trying to stay alert. Tasha's trying to stay alert, so she's drinking tea. Maybe that's what he meant. We should all just drink tea. Now it's become so apparent. I don't know about that one. I mean, I haven't got a clue. Okay, so where were we? We were question 22. That's where we were. Ran out of tonic as well. Oh, it's all gone wrong. No tonic, no margaritas. In the film Escape to Victory, who played Terry Brody, the only British player to score for the Allied players in the match against the Germans? That's in the film Escape to Victory. Who played Terry Brady, the only British player to score for the Allied players in their match against the Germans? Drake should have ducked. That's very funny. That's a very good pun, I think. Yeah. I think maybe I should get like an auto cue, because I'm looking down here and it's not like it's like you're just looking at me looking at my phone. Whereas if I had like an auto cue here, maybe that's my next purchase. I can like just have an auto cue. Yeah. That'd be fun. I'd enjoy that. Okay. Well, I'm going to get an auto cue now. I'm meant to be saving money because I'm not earning any money at the moment. But I'm going to buy an auto cue. Just like I bought a bike. I've had my bike for 5 days. I've used it once. So things are going well. To be fair, I was waiting for a pump. The tyres, they were quite flat. And a friend of mine who's keen on cycling said that you need to set the tyres to specific PSIs. So I needed a pump that I could like pump my tyres up, but to a specific PSI, rather than just pump them up until they felt good. So I was waiting for that to arrive. To be fair, it's not just the auto cue thing though. That's just for this. This is pointless, totally pointless. Just like the lights are. That's what we're here for. Question 23. Question 23. There we go. If the V in VE Day stands for victory, what does the E stand for? That's if the V in VE Day stands for victory, what does the E stand for? It's really annoying. The handle on the straw doesn't sort of lock. Anyway, good. Question 24. Which sports clothing and equipment company was named after the Greek goddess of victory? That's which sports clothing and equipment company was named after the Greek goddess of victory? Drake should have ducked. Yes, it's good. It's good. Question 25. In 2010, what replaced Land of Hope and Glory as the victory anthem used by England at the Commonwealth Games? That's in 2010, what replaced Land of Hope and Glory as the victory anthem used by England at the Commonwealth Games? I think it was Billie Eilish. L'chaim, Mazel Tov, good things. I went for all black this week. Decided to bring out my inner emo. I basically woke up feeling quite rough. I won't lie to you all. And I just thought, no, not gonna do it today. You know, not gonna wear pink. Not gonna engage. I'm just gonna wear black. I'm gonna sit Shiva for the day. That's what I'm gonna do. Richard's sitting at home right now going, "You're not Jewish." Question 26. Like a warrior that fights and wins the battle, I know the taste of victory, is the opening line of which 1980s #1 hit single? That's like a warrior that fights and wins the battle, I know the taste of victory, is the opening line of which 1980s #1 hit single? Yeah, so just a reminder, so we'll do a few more questions this round, then we'll take a little break, a few minutes to refresh your drinks, have a cigarette, go to the bathroom, whatever you need to do, and then we'll come back and we'll do the final 2 rounds, and then all of the answers to the quiz. I didn't know this song. Just looked at the answer. I mean, I think maybe in the back of my head, maybe somewhere, but I didn't. Yeah, not really a clue. Not that helps any of you. There's lots of songs I don't know. I'm still thinking about all the songs I'm going to be trying to sing terribly next week. I can't decide if I want to pick songs that have got lots of high notes in, or if I want to pick songs that are just like kind of easy to sing. I feel it'd be funnier if I choose like really like big songs, like diva songs. Question 27. We'll see what happens. Question 27. What word meaning complete victory comes from a Persian phrase meaning the king is helpless? That's what word meaning complete victory comes from a Persian phrase meaning the king is helpless? If I have to suffer a music round, I want to laugh at your high notes. Yeah, that's true. Although to be fair, like I do have Melodyne. What I might do is I might do 2 versions. I might play it twice. I'll do what I sounded like, and then as good as I could get it with Melodyne, so we can see how good auto-tune is, right? Because I'm terrible. I can't sing a note in tune. I'm terrible. So if we do like what I actually sounded like when I did the take, and then how good I can get it using Melodyne as each playback, that'll be quite funny, because then you'll get to hear maybe it sounding kind of okay, and it sounding terrible with auto-tune. That'll be fun for me. You'll hear it. Yeah, you hear it twice. You hear an auto-tune version and a non-auto-tune version. The thing is, what's really funny about auto-tune is that the more out of tune you are, the more you pull it in tune, the more robotic it sounds. So there might be like sections of songs where it just sounds like a robot singing. It'll be good. That'll be fun. Question 28. The London Victory Parade of 1982 was a victory parade that marked Britain's victory in which war? That's the London Victory Parade of 1982 was a victory parade that marked Britain's victory in which war? I think it was the war against COVID-19. 1982. The year's fit. Oh, can you imagine? Oh, fuck me, Boris deciding that like when the country gets to open back up again, when we get to 1 on his new COVID alert system, when we get to 1, I bet he decides to have a fucking parade or some shit, some national day of celebrate. Oh god, I can see it now. I really feel sick. Yay! Level 1! Oh man. Just imagine if someone good had won the election. Just imagine. Oh, I don't want to get political. Just imagine if it like a. No, let's be fair. There was no one good running. Imagine if someone good had run in the last election and had beat Boris. That would have been great, wouldn't it? Having someone, someone good in charge. That would have been fun. What a novelty. It's been so long. Since we had order. Question 29. What phrase featured alongside a photo of Barack and Michelle Obama in a tweet sent by Barack Obama to announce his victory in the 2012 United States presidential election, which set a record for the most retweeted Twitter post ever? A, 4 more years, B, 5 more years, or C, 6 more years? That's what phrase featured alongside a photograph of Barack and Michelle Obama in a tweet sent by Barack Obama to announce his victory in the 2012 United States presidential election, which set a record for the most retweeted Twitter post ever. A, 4 more years, B, 5 more years, or C, 6 more years. Although this question actually is slightly wrong, because the most now there's 2 that have beaten this. One is a picture of an egg, and another is Ellen DeGeneres at the Oscars. Both of those have now been retweeted more times than this picture. But nonetheless, what phrase? Oh, Obama. Imagine if Obama was in charge. Oh, wouldn't it be great? By the way, Michelle Obama has a documentary on Netflix, Becoming. It's based on her book. Well, it follows her around on her book tour. Her book's great. You should read it. But this is a show about following her around. It's lovely. Nothing, groundbreaking or earth-shattering. It's not, it's not going to change anyone's world. But it's just lovely. It's just nice, which we need. We need in these times. We need nice things. So if you want to watch it, watch it. It's good. It's nice. Question 30, the last question of this round. With a title that translates into English meaning "Let Victory Prevail," what was the title of the song that won the 2008 Oscar for Best Original Song? That's with a title that translates into English as "Let Victory Prevail." What was the title of the song that won the 2008 Oscar for Best Original Song? I just looked at the answer. That is a pointless answer. If anyone gets that, you need to go outside. Now that you're allowed to. And socially distance from other people, but get some air. Because that's a pointless answer. Okay, so that is the end of our third round, our music round. So what we'll do now is if anyone wants any repeats, pop them in the chat, and I can do some repeats. Otherwise, we'll take. So we're now at 9 o'clock. We'll take a 5-minute break. So we'll come back at 9:05, and then we'll do the next couple of rounds and then the answers. Plant Gang want Nicola Sturgeon to be in charge of the UK. I would literally take an actual sturgeon fish over our current Prime Minister. Just, putting that out there. I literally would. That would be acceptable to me. So we'll take a break, and we'll come back at about 5 past, exactly 5 past, and we'll do the next 2 rounds and then the answers for tonight's quiz. So if anyone doesn't want any repeats, does want any repeats, just pop them in the chat, and I can do those. An actual sturgeon fish. Kind of like that. That'd be funny. That'd be good. Okay then, right. So if everyone's happy, no one wants any repeats. It seems pretty good. We're gonna take a 5-minute break. I'll wave my arms frantically when we come back. I know some people put me on mute when I'm, at certain stages. So I'll wave frantically when we're back. But we'll come back at 9:05 and do the next couple of rounds. So see you all in 5 minutes' time. I found some muffins. I ate a muffin. Okay. I'm good. I'm back. That was a good muffin. That was a good muffin. I won't lie to you all. I don't know whose they were. I might have just stolen someone's muffin, but it was in the kitchen. What am I going to do? Not eat a muffin? What am I, a crazy guy? If I see a muffin, I'm going to eat a muffin, right? So I mean, there's puns in there, I'm sure. We've replenished our supply. We have more cocktail. Okay, so waving arms frantically. We are back. Anyone that might have had us on mute, I know Helen sometimes likes to put me on mute because she doesn't like me very much. I jest. I know that's not true. So we have 2 rounds left. We have a round on famous people, and then our picture round, and then we'll go through the answers for tonight's quiz, so you can all mark those. So yeah, I guess we'll one sec. I guess we'll crack on. There we go. So, round 4, question 1, or question 31, however, question 31 in your sheets. This round 4, is, if I've done this correctly, he said optimistically, should be a round on famous people. I'm going to ask you 10 questions about famous people, essentially. I appreciate your wave. I appreciate you waving. So question 31. No, that's not right. That is not question 31. So, that is not question 31. That is question 31 from last week. Question 31 from this week is, in which building does the election of a new pope normally take place? So please ignore the question you just saw. That was the new question from this week hasn't imported. Question 31 from this week hasn't imported. So question 31 from this week is, in which building does the election of a new pope normally take place? So this one's not on screen. Question 31, not on screen. But it's, in which building does the election of a new pope normally take place? That's question 31 this week. Sorry about that. I normally test every question. I must have skipped that one when I was doing my run through earlier on today. These things happen. But that's question 31. It's not the one you just saw. That's the question from last week. Hopefully question 32 is here. If the whole round didn't save, that would be really frustrating. But hopefully the rest of the round is here. But we'll see shortly. So, question 32, hopefully. Let me just get back here. Question 32. Yes. In 2011, Operation Neptune Spear ended a search of almost 10 years for which person? That's, in 2011, Operation Neptune Spear ended a search of almost 10 years for which famous person? My mother's just texted me saying she thought this was about famous people. Yes. So the question you just saw then on screen for question 31, that isn't question 31. Question 31 is, in which building is a new pope normally elected? Question 32 is this question, which is, in 2011, Operation Neptune Spear ended a search of almost 10 years for which famous person? The question 31 didn't import correctly, so. Hopefully we are all caught up with their apologies for the confusion on that question. When you're dealing with graphics and important questions from different sheets and whatnot, things go wrong sometimes, and they went wrong then. But we're back on track, and it looks like the rest of the round is imported successfully. So it was just this particular problem. So question 33. Question 33. When he was controller of BBC Two, who came up with the idea of replacing white tennis balls with yellow ones as they would look better on TV? That's when he was controller of BBC Two, who came up with the idea of replacing white tennis balls with yellow ones as they would look better on TV. It smells like one of my housemates is cooking like a stew or something. There's something in the oven that smells like beef stew. Kind of want it. That would be nice. For anyone that's interested, I just got an alert on my phone. Bitcoin is up 5.24% in the last 4 hours. So there we go. I don't know why I got that alert, but I got that alert. So don't buy Bitcoin. Question 34. Question 34. After divorcing Alana Stewart in 1984 and Rachel Hunter in 2006, which famous singer said, "Instead of getting married again, I'm going to find a woman I don't like and just give her a house"? That's after divorcing Alana Stewart in 1984 and Rachel Hunter in 2006, which famous singer said, "Instead of getting married again, I'm just going to find a woman I don't like and give her a house"? So I've got my Strava app telling me I need to go for a 10k bike ride tomorrow. Which isn't that far, I guess. 10k is not huge. But I'm like, do I want to? You know, I know I should. You know, I need to get back in shape. And I bought a bike, so I should. But also, I'm like, I could just watch Modern Family. Do you know what I mean? I could just chill, watch TV, order pizza. You know, all these things are options. So my phone's like, "Oh, remember you got this?" I'm like, yeah, maybe not. Maybe I'll just order food. You know, maybe that's. No, the bike hasn't lasted less than a week. I mean, I have only used it once, but to be fair, I was waiting for the pump so I could check my tyre PSIs because I'm that kind of a guy. But that came Thursday, and then I went for a ride Friday, with my first ride Friday, and then I didn't go for a ride yesterday because I was getting ready for the UFC thing and the drinking the tequila and stuff. But I'm planning on going for a ride for tomorrow. So actually, I've only had the bike for 3 days, and I've used it one of those 3 days. 1 in 3 days, that's not bad. A third of the time. You use your bed about a third of your life. I'm using my bike as much as most people use their beds. So, checkmate. Question 35. I don't know how much of any of that was true. In which city was John Lennon shot and killed in 1980? That's in which city was John Lennon shot and killed in 1980? Yeah, I did go for a ride Friday. Wait, what? Are you trying to suggest something improper, Lomas? I think you might be. No, I don't use it for 8 hours a day. Who uses a bike 8 hours a day? I'm just saying, in binary notation, I'm using my bike as much as you use your bed, right? Yeah. Did you use it within this period? Yes or no? Right. In binary notation, I'm using my bike as much as most people use their beds. So, in time, who cares about time? This isn't about time. Time's relative. So, doesn't matter. None of that matters. None of that matters. Question. So binary, that would be every day. No. What? No. I mean in the binary of each individual unit. So a unit is a day. Did I use my bike that day? Yes or no? 1 or 0? I think I've had my bike for more days than this, but my bike at an acceptable, usable place I've had for 3 days. I used it one of those 3 days. 0, 1, 0. Therefore, I use my bed nearly as much as one use my bike as much as... Look, shut up! Everyone go away. Stop annoying me. Question 36. In 1987, which politician caused controversy when she said, "Good Christian people who would not dream of misbehaving will not catch AIDS"? That's in 1987. Which politician caused controversy when she said, "Good Christian people who would not dream of misbehaving will not catch AIDS"? Let's forget that you can't catch AIDS. That's not a real thing. Can't catch it. She's full of shit, whoever she is. You can catch HIV, which may lead to AIDS, but you cannot catch AIDS. So, this woman, in 1987, to be fair, there was a lot of... Yeah, 1987, there was not... people didn't know a lot then. She should have known better. But people didn't know a lot then. Okay, so both Danny and Maureen, fuck you, okay? Because, yes. Am I using my bike as much as I should be right now? No. But will I be? Potentially. Okay, so let's leave things open to the potential for others to do things, okay? So I'm going to drink my tequila now. Question 37. Tooth Fairy Live. I think that's supposed to be Sexy Beast Live. Oh no, Spexy Beast Live. That is right. That does make sense. Spexy Beast Live and Yap 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 are all names of arena tours by which comedian? Absolutely, Dom. Absolutely. When I'm done with it and I'm bored of it, you can absolutely give me 50% of its current value. That's a win-win for me. Because I will get bored of it, and then for someone to buy it off me for half of what I paid for it, now that's a win-win. And that's the deal. But Dom, now that from Wednesday, we're allowed to go out together for cycles, provided that we stay 2 meters apart. and I'll definitely be more than 2 meters behind you. So we should go for a bike ride. Yeah, maybe next week, or next weekend we should go for a bike ride. I mean, I'll like easily be 2 meters behind you, like more than 2 meters behind you. I might be 2 miles behind you. So social distancing is fine. Okay, Danny, there was no need for that. Okay, there was no need for that comment. Question 38. Also, like, none of you have any faith in me, right? Maybe I do want to get fit. Maybe I can get fit. Maybe that's the thing I can do, okay? None of you are supporting me in this. None of you. Who is the youngest of the Queen's 4 children? Who is the youngest of the Queen's 4 children? Can't believe I'm getting such hatred from the mat. Unbelievable. It's unbelievable. The effort, the work, the hours that I put in. Okay, I'm committed to things. Things that don't involve exercise, sure, but I'm committed to things, okay? Do it to spite us. I know what you're doing. That's reverse psychology. You're trying to help me get fit by pretending that me getting fit is going to spite you in some way, yeah? Okay, so just because of that, I'm going to get fat. I read you. Like, oh, that hasn't worked out. Question 39. Question 39. Who topped Business Magazine Forbes' list of the world's highest paid models every year from 2002 to 2016? That's who topped Business Magazine Forbes' list of the world's highest paid models every year from 2002 to 2016. So it is a bit annoying that it's out of sync. I don't know why it should be out of sync, because I don't know. This Macs are just so. Don't ever buy a Mac. Basically, what I'm telling you, just don't ever buy a Mac. The amount of money I spent on this computer, you'd only ever go riding with Alan if he wears Lycra. Yeah, I hear that. What if I wear latex? That was a joke about condoms. Question 40, the last question of this round. The last non-picture round question of tonight's quiz. Question 40. Hats known as MAGA hats are normally worn by fans or supporters of which famous person? That's hats known as MAGA hats are normally worn by fans or supporters of which famous person? So there we go. That is the end of tonight's spoken rounds. The next round is going to be a picture round. I'm going to show you 10 famous people. I want you to tell me who they are. So that was the end of that famous people round. Spoken famous people round. If anyone needs any repeats, let me know, and I can repeat them. Matt, you did not miss the Scrabble word. There is not a Scrabble word. There's not a new Scrabble word this week because I forgot. My bad. I'm sorry. There will be one next week. The answer to last week's Scrabble word was kickbox. Kickbox. and the blank was the second K, as there's only one K in a normal game of Scrabble. That's the only allowable word for those 7 letters. Yeah, last week's Scrabble word, as I just said, yeah, kickbox, Kickbox, with the blank being the second K. That's the only acceptable UK version of those letters, 7 letters. Okay, so great. It looks like no one wants any repeats, so everyone's pretty happy. So in a second we'll go on and we'll do the picture round. I'm going to show you 10 pictures. I think that's where we are. I think we've done... Yeah, we just did that. Yeah, good. I'm going to go and I'm going to show you 10 pictures. I want you just to name the person in the picture. Simple as that. No half points or bonus points there. I'm going to show you 10 people. Who are they, basically? So let's move on and let's do round 5, which is our picture round. And picture 1 is this. Who is this person? So who is this person? Picture 2. Picture 2. Who is this person? Picture 3. Picture 3. Who is this person? Who is that person? Picture 3. Picture 4. Picture 4. Who is this person? Oh, I mean, okay, so my tablet's just decided to screw up. Again, it's traditional for an Alan Cole quiz. Your tablet screws up. It happens every time. Picture 4. Who is this person? Who is this person? I don't want any of their character names. I want the actual person. Picture 5. Who is this person? Who is this famous person? Who is this famous person? Picture 6. Who is this person? Who is this person? Who is this famous person? Picture 7. Who is this famous person? Picture 7. Who is this famous person? Picture 8, I think. Let me just... There we go. There we go. Picture 8. Who is this person? Picture 8. Who is this person? There'll be no half marks on this round. There'll be no half marks on this round. I wrote that joke. I think I wrote that joke about 6 hours ago, and it's still funny. It's still funny to me. Just wanted you all to know that. I think it'd be really funny to Richard, who's watching at home. Yeah. Wow. I mean, it was a great joke. I don't want to labour the point, but it was. Picture 9. Picture 9. Who is this person? Picture 9. And then picture 10. Picture 10. Who is this person? Who is this person? The last question of tonight's quiz. Who is this person? So there we go. That is the end of tonight's quiz. I think. Let me know in the chat if anyone needs any repeats. And if you do, I can go through those. Okay, so back to the chat there. So, look, a whole quiz repeated. No, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Okay, fantastic. So, yeah. So everyone fill in all your answers, and I'll give you a minute or so. I'll give you another minute, to fill in all your answers and submit your sheets, and then we'll go back to the start of the quiz, and we'll go through all of the individual answers to that round. So yeah, you've got about another minute or so. Okay, so hopefully everyone's submitted their sheets now. Sorry, I'm just trying to log in so I can see. There we go. Great. It looks like everyone's logged in. This button. There we go. Good. Right. So let's just see what the comments are saying. This was fun. Great way to spend an afternoon. She's the best video. Thank you. We're leaving the Scrabble word blank. Yeah. So everyone just put like an A or an X or anything in the Scrabble word, because I know it won't let you do it without it. And then I'm going to go back and I'm going to read through all of the answers for tonight's quiz. Before I do that, I'm just going to reply to this message, so give me 30 seconds. Someone just messaged me. Yep, so everyone submitted those answers. We'll go through the correct answers in just a few seconds. So the answers to round one. So round one, if I remember correctly, should be our connections round. So these are the answers to round one. Hope everyone's pressed submit. There's no more waiting here. So one, according to the opening line of a well-known song, where did Puff the Magic Dragon live? By the sea. By the sea. By the sea. By the sea. Two, what word can be used as a slang term from extremists, enthusiasts, a crazy person wants to headbutt someone? It's nut. It can also be used to pass the ball through someone's leg, but that wasn't part of the question. Three, the novel SEO Trot by Roald Dahl. Which animal did Miss Silver have as a pet? It's tortoise. SEO Trot is tortoise backwards. Four, the 100 folds in a chef's hat are said to say the number of ways that they can cook an egg. So it's the sea, nut, a tortoise, an egg. And the connection is shells. Seashells, nutshells, tortoise shells, and eggshells. Sorry, I've got a few people asking me questions. So just quickly replying to those before we do the next two. This is the thing, when people know they can just send you messages, you're like, well, I appreciate that, but I'm also trying to do a quiz here. So that's where we are. So, question 6. Barry Norman, Barry Took, Simon Hogarth, and Sandy Tosvik and Miles Jupp have all hosted the News Quiz. Number 7, Harrison Ford's only Best Actor nomination came for his role as Detective Captain John Book in Witness. 8, how many players on a netball team are allowed inside both the attacking third and the defensive third? 1. The Amazon River discharges into the Atlantic Ocean. And the correct answer there is Sky, or Sky TV channels. Sky News, Sky Witness, Sky One, and Sky Atlantic. So that is that round. Round 2, I believe. Wait for it to come up on the screen just to clarify. Round 2, I believe there is music? Was that music? No. Oh shit, what was round 2? Just do it again. Sort of do. Yeah, music. It was music. I was right first time. I'm struggling here. Don't worry about it. Okay, so the answers to the music round were who represented the UK for in the Eurovision Song Contest in 1968, then again in 1973? It was Cliff Richard. 2, on a standard piano, the only key that doesn't have a black key to the right of it is B. There is no B sharp, only B flat. And there's no C. Yeah, it doesn't matter. There's no thing on B. 3, just 1 minute and 38 seconds. The 1958 song What Do You Want was by Adam Faith. 4, the pop group Travis took their name from Paris, Texas. The movie Paris, Texas. 5, an overture you would hear at the beginning of an opera. 6, the London club in which the Rolling Stones played their first gig was the Marquee Club. Paul Heaton and Jackie Abbott had their first UK number 1 in 2020. They were originally from the band The Beautiful South. Winning an Oscar for Best Original Song in 1995, Can You Feel the Love Tonight is from The Lion King. Billie Eilish in 2020 had a number 1 with her song, A Good Way to Die, or A Good Time to Die, the Bond theme tune. Who had the first number 1 for a Bond theme tune? It was Sam Smith. Sam Smith had the first. And the rock group from Nashville, formed in 1999, that were made up of the three brothers, the Followill brothers, and their cousin, named after their grandfather. It was Kings of Leon. Kings of Leon. So the next round is Victory. So the Royal Navy ship, the HMS Victory, was Lord Nelson's flagship at the 1805 battle, the Battle of Trafalgar. Sorry, 1 second. I just got another message. People like to message me. Sorry, 1 second. I'll be right there. "30 seconds, I'll be with you all. Sorry about this. People are asking me for clarifications on things in messages. There we go. So that was the Kings of Leon. Was the answer to that previous question? Victory. Sorry, Victory. No, Victory. Sorry, it wasn't. I've got up. 2. In the film Escape to Victory, who played Terry Brady, the only British player to score for the Allies in their match against the Germans? It was Bobby Moore. Bobby Moore was the answer to that round. 3. If V in VE Day stands for victory, what does the E stand for? It stands for Europe. VE Day is victory in Europe. So VE Day. 4. Which sports clothing and equipment company was named after the Greek goddess of victory? It was Nike or Nike, depending on how old you are. In 2010, what replaced Land of Hope and Glory as the victory anthem used by England at the Commonwealth Games? It was Jerusalem, followed by a large partition. A large petition to have it as our national anthem. There's a lot of people that want that to be our national anthem. Question 6. Like a warrior that fights and wins the battle, I know the taste of victory is the opening line of which 1980s #1 hit single? It's I Knew You Were Waiting for Me by Aretha Franklin and George Michael. I kind of know the song, but I also really don't know the song. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's the name's familiar, but I couldn't sing that song if you paid me lots of money. 7. What word meaning complete victory comes from the Persian phrase meaning the king is helpless, or sometimes the king is dead? It's checkmate. Checkmate. 9. The London Victory Parade of 1982 was a victory parade that marked Britain's victory in which war? It was the Falklands War. 9. Which phrase featured alongside a photo of Barack Obama and Michelle Obama in a tweet sent by Barack Obama to announce his victory in the 2012 United States presidential election, which set a record as the most retweeted Twitter post ever? Was it A, 4 more years, B, 6 more years, or C, 4 more years, 5 more years, or 6 more years, A, B, and C? It was 4 more years, A, 4 more years. Presidential terms in America are only 4 years long, so you got 4 more years. However, as I said, both an Egg and Ellen have beaten him since then as the most retweeted tweet. So that's no longer the most retweeted tweet. So there we go. Just an egg, literally just a picture of an egg. That's beaten it. No one knows why. With the title translated into English meaning "Let Victory Prevail," what was the title of the song that won the 2008 Oscar for Best Original Song? It was Ji Ho from Slumdog Millionaire. I told you it was a pointless answer. If any of you got that, you need to go home and think about your lives, because that was... I've seen that movie. I know that song. I've heard that song. No, there's no way that anyone would know that was the winning song there. That's a pointless answer. So, round 4 is famous people. In which building does the election of a new pope normally take place? It's the Sistine Chapel. The Sistine Chapel. 2. In 2011, Operation Neptune Spear entered a search of almost 10 years for which person? it was Osama bin Laden, or Usma bin Laden, depending on if you're American or from Europe. 3. When he was controller of BBC Two, who came up with the idea of white tennis balls with yellow tennis? Who came up with the idea of replacing white tennis balls with yellow tennis balls because they would look better on TV? It was David Attenborough. David Attenborough, the former controller of the BBC there. 4. After divorcing Alana Stewart in 1984 and Rachel Hunter in 2006, which famous singer said, "Instead of getting married again, I'm just going to find someone I don't like and give them a house"? It was Rod Stewart. 5. John Lennon was killed in 1980 in New York City. 6. In 1987, which politician controversially said that good Christian people who would not dream of misbehaving will not catch AIDS? It was Edwina Currie. She can go fuck herself. Question. It was a long time ago, but she can. Question 7. Tooth Fairy Live, Spexy Beast, and Yap 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 were names of arena shows by Alan Carr. 8. The youngest of the Queen's 4 children was Prince Edward. I'm gonna make one of my first mispronunciations of the evening. Who topped Business Magazine Forbes' list of the world's highest paid models every year from 2002 to 2016? It was Gisli Bundchen. Gisli G-I-S Gisli Gisli Bundchen, B-U with an umlaut, B-U-N-D-C-H-E-N. I don't know who that is. No idea. You make your own answers for that. Hats known as MAGA hats are normally worn by fans or supporters of which famous person is Donald Trump, with MAGA standing for Make America Great Again. So that was that. So now we need to do the picture round. But the picture round is in a different... I need to download a different sheet for the picture round. I also need to see them probably on screen because they're in a different order, because this app puts them in a different order. So picture 1, who is this person? That's Jacinda Ardern. Picture 2, who is this person? Sorry, my phone's... That's Alan Carr. Picture 3, who is this person? Who is this person? That's Macaulay Culkin. Picture 4, who is this person? Who is this person? That's David Bowie. Picture 5. That's Jonathan Edwards, the triple jumper. Jonathan Edwards. 6. Is Jill Halfpenny. It's Jill Halfpenny. 7 when it works. There we go. Is Kate Thornton. Kate Thornton. Picture 7. Picture 8. Now, I said there were no half marks. Do you see what I did there? There were no half marks. It was funny. So that's Groucho. It's Groucho marks. There will be no half points for just giving me that it was a Marx brother. That's what I said. There were no half marks. Do you all hate me? You all hate me. You should hate me. You should all hate me. It was a good pun, I thought, possibly. Picture 9. Who's picture 9? That's Florence Nightingale. Slightly older Florence Nightingale than normal, but that is a Florence Nightingale. And then picture 10. Who's picture 10? Hopefully, there we go. That's Emily Sandé, or Adele Emily Sandé. Either of those is fine. But that is Emily Sandé. So there we go. That is all of your... Oh, I just annoyingly closed my stream so I can't see any of your comments. That is the end of tonight's quiz, I think. I assume everyone's got the right answers there. Giselle? Who's... I don't know. Anyway, this week is actually 20th. Wow. There we go. Well, thanks so much for joining in this week. Hopefully you've all been able to mark your own and know roughly where you stand. I'll obviously have the answers to this week's quiz at the start of next week's quiz. There's no anagram this week, so there's no answer to have there. So in the anagram box, just put an X or a cross or anything you like. I don't know if that was someone at my door or not, but I think it's just the wind. Yeah. Giselle Bunsen. Okay, fine. Thanks so much for taking part. I'll see you all next week. I'll be doing this every week of lockdown until we can go back to the Windsor and do a proper quiz. So yeah, I'll see you all then. And thanks for taking part. Yeah. Cheers. Peace out.